It was a foreign place for me, although I admit I wasn't comfortable anywhere those days. 5 strangers in a small, narrow room, each watching their toddler through a one-way mirror, stuck together for 3 hours at a time, 2 times a week. Welcome to a whole new level of autism awareness. Our children's inability to connect instantly connected us to each other. We began to relax during this precious time when we weren't the ones sitting on the floor, trying desperately to engage. We skipped the small talk. There was no need. We already knew each other. We horrified people who misunderstood our laughter as being aloof to what was going on the other side of the glass. But just as quickly as we would erupt into giggles, we would all become alert and intense when we saw something important happening, even if it didn't involve our own child. Outside of that room, I was spinning from what was happening to my world. I wasn't surprised by the diagnosis because he had always been quirky, but the implications of the label still shook me to my core. I leaned on my husband so hard I was afraid I would push him over. All I talked about was autism from the moment he walked in from work until we went to bed. I thought I would suffocate him. Although we talked nonstop about the daily therapies and what the book said was happening with my son, the only thing I wasn't able to talk to him about was the one thing that was completely consuming me, about how afraid I was that I was going to fail our son. I felt like I was drowning. I went from being completely confident to hesitating about every decision I made. The room with the one-way mirror was the only place where I could speak my fears. When the year was over, we continued to see each other, and one by one, our group grew. The social worker, the EMT, the physical therapist, the moms whose son was in my son's new school, the model-turned-restaurant owner, the police officer, the teacher, the police officer's wife, the life coach whose Irish accent was so strong it took me a year to understand her. They kept joining us. Everyone was so different, but we were all the same. Each new mom, looking around in awe, saying the same thing. I thought I was the only one. We are DMAC, Determined Moms of ASD Children. Well, since I'm being honest, the D usually means drinking because we can always find time at the drop of a hat to meet out for a drink, especially if one of us has had a bad day. We talk about everything or nothing at all. Our kids play together and participate in the autism program that the local Y set up for us. One mom's restaurant has become both our clubhouse and our safe haven. The summer club is in another mom's backyard with a trampoline for the kids and a tiki bar for us. We get things done. We're involved in our school district's Special Education Advisory Council, and we're on committees to support children with special needs. Local politicians have sought us out to learn more. They've become our champions and our friends, listening to our ideas and connecting us with other moms who feel alone. We are connected to the core. We see each other and talk on a daily basis. We're there for each other without hesitation. When my son was having side effects from his new medicine and his doctor didn't respond to me, I frantically called a DMAC friend late at night. She had way too much to deal with. She was trying to hold it together for all her children while working, writing her dissertation, and running her fledgling nonprofit. The chemo was tearing her body apart. She shouldn't have even answered the phone, but she did, and she offered empathy, support, and much needed advice. When I saw her the next morning, she gave me a huge smile and hug, even though I knew she barely had the strength to stand. Before I had the chance to ask her if she was able to keep any food down, she immediately barraged me with questions. How is he today? Did he make the calls? Did you adjust the meds? Do you feel better? We are DMAC, regardless of our children's ages or where they fit on the spectrum. If we are just getting the diagnosis or if we've had it for a decade, whatever our stance on vaccines, if our kids wear a tracking device because they run or if they cling to us for dear life, or whether we have that warm, fuzzy type of autism, or we are the ones who take the blows when our children are in distress, we understand each other and we believe in each other without hesitation. And with each new mom who joins us, we hear the mantra, I thought I was alone. Now I know I'm not. I knew when he got the diagnosis that my life was about to change. I just never expected it to change for the better. DMAC has made this happen. I can share my thoughts confidently again. I want to share my ideas to help my son and his friends. I want to help parents of children who were diagnosed yesterday and who will be tomorrow. I found a strength I never knew I had inside me. And I want other moms who feel like they are drowning to hear me say, you are not alone. I'm able to raise my voice clearly because I know that I have the strongest, most amazing group of women I've ever met standing by my side, ready to act without hesitation.